Oh,
All
cool.
right, guys. Very nice to meet you
Nice
both.
to meet you too.
Yeah, pleasure. All the way from
Nice to meet you,
Australia.
bro.
Impressive that we
Yeah,
were able to do this. Thank you guys for making
of
time.
course.
And
No problem.
I just want to say again, congrats on the award and your achievement for creating such a what looked like a professionally done short and in the genre of horror, which can be
Mm.
difficult, but you guys pulled it off. And I will say the reactions we got from the audiences was pretty funny because they would be in shock. One person I heard say, "Oh my gosh, this is scary."
Yeah,
Another guy was like, "Oh my gosh, it was just you guys really did something that brought reactions, and as a
that's great to
filmmaker,
hear.
that's what you want to do."
Yeah, that's
Um,
really good to hear.
yeah, it was and it's really impressive that you guys in high school?
I dropped out. I'm doing TAFE at the moment. But
Okay.
Isaiah is still in school, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either
Yeah,
way,
I'm
it's impressive. You guys are young, and to be at this level, it's really impressive because you have your whole lives in front of you, and I'm sure from this point on, it's just going to get better and better. Um,
Mhm.
so let's start with a few questions that I have for you guys. My first question to you both is, now I read the on the Film Freeway a little bit about, when you guys met and the film agency and all that, but I just want to hear it from you guys. You first started collaborating in 2023. Did
Mhm.
you guys have a friendship before that, or did you guys just meet at the agency and then start from there?
Isaiah, you want to take it
well,
away?
yeah. We so I was in we were in two separate classes at the start before we even met, and I didn't really feel like I was in the right place in my first acting class I was in. So I told my parents I wanted to move classes, so I got moved into a separate class, and then that's where I met Oscar.
Hmm.
Right, and Oscar's been in that class for how long were you in that class for, Oscar?
Oh, before you, maybe like 2 or 3 years before you were there, I think.
Yeah, he was in there for a while, and then I got in there, and then like we met each other, was pretty chill, and then like we instantly became friends. We had like
Nice.
you know that connection with each other.
Yeah.
And um that's that connection always stayed with each other.
Hmm.
And usually in our acting classes, at the end of the year, they make like a little 10-minute short film or something like that, right?
Hmm.
For all the people, all the actors and stuff to like showcase the talent and stuff.
Gotcha.
So, at the end of the year when we're going to for a premiere night for the night to watch the films, me and Oscar were sitting in the seats there, and we're talking to each other like what if we made our own movies?
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. And then that was pretty much the start. And then that night we started writing a script, like
Yeah.
like a little short film. And then we finally finished our script, and we got the actors ready. We got a couple mates, and we just went out for a day and shot. That was our first film. So yeah.
And so how many like short films did you guys work on before getting to the bunny?
Oh God. Must have been like I'd say maybe like 8 around there, like
Oh,
closer to
wow.
10. Yeah, yeah. But
Impressive.
a lot of the early ones were just, us going out with a camera and it was just, pulling some friends out from their houses and being like, hey, come film with us. And then, we'd chuck a
Sure.
script in front of them and it would just be little action sequences and stuff like that. And we would
Yeah.
get them edited, chuck them on YouTube. So yeah, it
Nice.
was always just a big build up. And then we started, trying to get better with, getting better equipment and stuff like that. And then just developed into what it is now, I guess.
Yeah, and that's really the way to get started, You guys you get your friends out, you're having fun, and you're exploring this like art that you guys are both interested in, and that's just the way to do it. I feel like especially nowadays when things are more available to generally everyone to get whatever equipment they need to get started and then, get
Yeah.
more things as they get along.
Mhm.
So tell me about the is it called Filmbite Agency?
Film
Is that
Mhm.
bites. Yeah.
Film Bites?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where we
well,
met.
so what is that? Is it like an agency for filmmakers, or how does that work? What is that?
Yeah, it's a talent agency, so it's kind of a mix of they have a bunch of like acting courses and stuff, and they also have editing courses, and it's kind of for everyone. They've got courses for like little kids up to like much older people. You'll see people going in there who are in like their 20s or 30s and stuff and like just wanting to, get started and stuff. So yeah, we started there pretty early. And
Mhm.
then just stayed there and we've been there since.
Very cool, very cool. Is it a pretty well-known agency where a lot of people go, or is it still relatively small and growing, or how is it positioned?
Isaiah, what would you
Mm.
say? Because I feel like it's
I
kind of
it's kind of in the middle, like
Hmm.
for Perth and Australia here,
Hmm.
like it's in the middle because there's not too much work in Perth here, so
Sure.
there's opportunities that come up from it. I'll say it's pretty popular for Perth.
Cool. That's great. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys have your whole lives ahead of you, and probably if you stay with them for a long time, it'll probably grow and grow and grow and grow. And if you guys are producing your own shorts and maybe one day your feature, like sky's the limit, it's just going to be really good for you guys. So the cast I thought was great. Your choices and actors and all that. The cinematography was great. Like it was just really well done.
thank you.
One actor that stood out because I saw him in other shorts that have been submitted in the same genre of horror. Let me
Yeah,
see his name. What's his name? JJ? Let's,
yeah, JJ,
yeah, JJ. He
JJ,
what's his last name? Jagatson? Did I say that right?
Jagan,
something like that.
Something.
Mm,
Well, like who is he? Because I've seen him in other shorts that have been submitted. And like I guess he does specifically horror, I guess, and he's just like perfect for that genre. So how did you guys meet him? How was it working with him? And was it pretty easy for him to agree to do this? Like, what was that whole process?
well, so our last short before this
Uh-huh.
was like a little doppelganger short film, and we put it into a film festival, like locally, a local film festival,
Hmm.
and we went there, and I saw this film I was playing, and this, JJ, the guy was in there. I was like, oh my god, this guy is so good, right?
Yeah, he's
And
great.
little did I know he's actually in the theater watching it as well.
Oh, wow.
And afterwards, he says, "Oh my God, your film was so good, amazing. For your age and stuff. Like, oh my God, it was better than half the adult films here. You know." And then we got in contact. I got his number. He got my number. And then me and Oscar, we came up with this story of the bunny, and like we're looking on the social medias, right? And we're just watching this guy. Like, boy, this guy's perfect. We have to ask him to play the the main antagonist, the
Yeah,
bunny, right? And straight away he was like, "Of course, 100%, I'll do it." Yeah,
nice.
he was fully up to it. Like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, he seemed, I guess, pretty friendly and
So
just open to collaboration. That's pretty cool. So do you guys
yeah,
always
and
do,
he's very.
yeah, do you guys always do horror, or have you guys done like experimented with other genres
Oh,
beforehand?
I would definitely say we've experimented. I
Nice.
think we actually Two-Face, that short film that Isaiah talked about being in that film festival, that's the first short film that we did that was actually horror.
Hmm.
We definitely talked in the past about making horror films because obviously we'd always been into like action and stuff like that, and we never really thought about, kind of trying to make something that would make an audience a bit more uncomfortable. But I think as soon as we finished writing the script for Two-Face and like got it all filmed, we kind of like realized horror is just it's a great genre. Like
Hmm.
it's the one that gets the most reactions out of people, you know.
Hmm.
I think as I and me have always been into horror films since young.
Cool.
So getting to, uh cast people for an actual, horror short film that we've made and like genuinely get like reactions out of people, audiences, and
Yeah,
scare people. It's really cool. It's
yeah, and I
yeah.
bet rewarding as well to
Oh
get a lot
yeah.
of reactions. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Horror is a lot of fun, and it's still a popular genre, even in
Mhm.
mainstream. It's always kind of been pretty popular. It does well as far as like getting it distributed and getting it out there because it does get a lot of reaction. So I'd say if you guys keep going and you produce more shorts, let's say, you could always do an
Mhm.
anthology of all your shorts, horror and put it out there. Or, if you take that big leap of faith when you're ready to do a feature, it's definitely a more accessible path, and since you
Mm.
guys are already like doing it and you're doing it so well, for so
Thank you.
young, that your chances of getting distribution on something like that is much accessible to you guys because of the genre and how people still love watching horror films, and there's different like what do you call them, streaming services? I think, is it Shudder?
Yeah.
They're like that specifically
Oh yeah,
do horror, you know?
I've been on with Shutter for a while. Shutter's really good. They've got
Yeah.
literally everything. I was on there the other day and they have, I see a lot of indie films popping up on there as well. It's if we could get a film on there one day, that would be,
Yeah, I,
next
I think
level.
it's possible. You guys have clearly an awesome friendship, and you clearly do really good works, as far as from what I see from the bunny. So let's talk about
Mhm.
the bunny a little bit. Like it's a funny concept. You take something
Yeah.
cute that brings joy and you turn it on its head.
Mhm.
How did you guys come to that like conclusion of a concept? Like, did you guys first think of other things and go and then slowly get to it, or how did that work
Mhm.
out?
Well,
I,
I think well we looked at like Christmas horror films, right? There's a lot
Nice.
of Christmas horror films.
Yeah.
Like Santa Claus. Oh, now Santa Claus bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there wasn't really much in the Easter range. I was like, hmm.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, like, what if we did something like that? Like we turned something, cute, cuddly, friendly, joyful,
Yeah.
like Santa Claus. But Santa Claus done his way. Everyone's done Santa Claus. The
Yeah.
Jingle Bell. What if we did the Easter eggs? The trail, the mystery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like something cool like that. And we wanted to do that. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
why
I
it's
mean
created.
it's smart. Yeah, and that's what you want to do as filmmakers is go, this has been done, this has been done. What can I do to fill in something that hasn't been done, and you guys
Right.
pulled it off for sure. It was a very
Thank
unique
you.
short film in our festival. It stood out, we didn't get a lot of horror shorts, and the ones that we did, JJ was in them, so it's pretty funny. He's like in all the horror shorts that we have.
Yeah.
So we're excited to screen him because he's such a good actor for that genre. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna try to reach out to him as well and see if I can interview him later down the road. Just kind of like see how he got into it and if like he just
Mm.
right away knew that he can come off so creepy. Like I would
Yeah.
just wonder if he
He's
just figured
great.
it out and
Like
was like, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah.
I remember when Isaiah first showed me him, like before we even, casted him. I think it was like a just a short thing that he had like done at home, like a short
It was a monologue.
horror thing. Yeah. It was horrifying because we were out. I can't remember where we were, but he showed me it, and I was like, that guy, like, we need to use him for something.
Yeah. He's got a great voice too for what he
Oh
does.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for
just
horror.
everything is just perfect. I really wish him well because I think he would do so well in that genre, and I think he knows it too.
Hmm.
So do you guys have any future projects in the works or anything?
Ooh.
Ooh, we do. We have we've got two scripts done that you know, and we're gonna write another one. After that. Um, we've got a crime. We've got like a crime one. Like
Nice.
guns and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oscar, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, yeah. I'll just name drop it. Crimson Dawn. It's basically inspired by like one of the old films that we had done.
Okay.
It's kind of action, all over the place, gang violence type of stuff. Because it's always been with us. I think it's always been action and horror only recently. But
Hmm.
there's also a drama script that Isaiah's put together that we're gonna do soon. But after
Nice.
that, I think everything we do almost dates back to horror. Like I think one of us will pop up and be like, "Hey, I have like a really good idea." I reckon we have 10 in the barrel ready to go, and
Nice.
probably one solid one in there that we might
Cool.
hopefully be able to make into something big soon enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
No, that's great that you guys like, you jump one thing from the next, and it's probably just, it like I will say this, like for someone to do one genre all the time can be tiring. So the fact that you
Mhm.
guys are like, okay, let's do this now, switch gears, let's see what we can do with this, experiment with this and do our best, and then, switch gears and do something else. I mean, you're fueling the fire for sure, and you're not going to have like those moments of like, oh man, I'm tired of this. It's just going to be
Yeah.
like switching gears like that will definitely help you carry on
Mm.
and feel your creativity. Um, so what's have you guys submitted the bunny to other film festivals? Like, what's been the reception with that?
It's yeah, it's been submitted to heaps. It's been like we try to spam it out there.
Yeah,
We've it's like with film festivals only like it's like 10% or 5% that get actually accepted.
sure.
Mhm.
So we've gotten accepted into quite a few. It's over I think it's over 10 now.
Oh, wow.
So that's
That's
really
pretty
good
good.
for us,
Pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
So like where are they? Are there any like are you guys trying to target like outside of Australia for festivals and all that? Yeah. Like what
I
are some
think,
of the regions you're targeting?
oh,
Well, the funny thing you say that is we have someone like helping us do that, and
Hmm.
that person is JJ.
mhm.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great that he's involved and
Yeah.
helping you get it out there because that's you make it and you want it to get seen, and
Mhm.
so that just speaks a lot about JJ, that he's so helpful with that. You
Yeah, JJ
definitely,
is a great guy.
yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, you definitely uh he seems like a great teammate, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm out of questions. Is there any guys you guys want to talk about specifically? I do have one more question, but
Um,
like, about the bunny and everything. But I do want to ask you, how many days of shooting did you guys do?
Oh,
oh, yes.
uh,
I think that was it must have been like was it 2 months, Isaiah?
Whoa.
3 months of shooting, like
Oh no, 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 no. 2 months like spread out. So it
Spread
was
out,
it
yeah.
was shoot almost weekly. So because it's a lot of individual scenes, we had to spread it out as well as most of our actors and stuff being young, being in school, us
Sure.
still being school and TAFE.
Yeah, yeah.
We just always got to find those dates. But then immediately when we find them, it's usually weekends. It's just like
Hmm.
10-hour day, go, that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, understandably, I've worked that way as well. And it's, that's really great of you guys that you're able to schedule around your hectic, already placed in schedule, things that are mandatory and whatnot, and having to, make available times for different actors. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I bet it
mm,
must have been tough. What
All
about
worth it.
yeah. So how long did you guys take in editing? Was that pretty quickly, or did you have some time with that?
editing. That took oh that must have took you think 2 or 3 weeks, Oscar?
I reckon about 2 or 3 weeks of messing around, and it was a lot of
So yeah.
uh, CGI and visual effects and stuff that we were doing in post, and obviously because we wanted to get it into more festivals, there were bits and bobs that we had to try to kind of trim down a bit.
Oh yeah,
So there were definitely scenes that got cut, like scenes that were meant to be, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes long that would get cut down and end up being like 20 seconds somehow. We just worked around it all. The end speech actually between um JJ's character and
Ronan,
I'm
the
having a complete mind blank. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The end speech between their characters was like, I think it was maybe,
2 minutes, 2 minutes cut off.
yeah, because wasn't it like, I think it was originally like 8 minutes then, yeah, like nine.
It was huge. Like
Yeah.
JJ speaking. So there was
Yeah.
originally more he was saying to the main character, Johnny,
Hmm.
played by Ronan. There
Yeah.
was like we had to cut that down like heaps. But we got what was important, most important out in the final cut, which was
for
most
sure.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly that's always the can be the hardest part about editing,
Yeah.
is choosing what's the most important and what can be cut out without really losing anything that's important. It's the toughest part, I think. Just because it's like they say, it's what you shot and what you got, captured. It's like your baby, and you're
Yeah.
proud of it and you want to show it all. But then
Mhm.
it's time to think, put on the different hat on and say, okay, now I'm the editor, I'm the storyteller, uh,
Mhm.
and we don't want to drag things out where audiences may get lost or lose interest, or not even lose interest, but just kind of like, oh, this is dragging on, which let's
Yeah.
face it, today people want it quick. They want to get to the point. They want to go through a journey that isn't dragged on, and just get there because that's just how the world is today with everything we have going on.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually really great of you guys that you guys did that. Because
Thank
it's
you.
it's not an easy task to go back in there. It's like they say, you kill your babies. It's kind of a weird saying, but that's what they say.
Yeah.
Um, but the end result though is fantastic. I mean, from beginning to
Yeah.
end, it's captivating, and there's never a dull moment, and yeah, you guys did a good job with that. Uh,
Really
Thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much.
Thank you very
yeah.
much. I just want to say really quickly, your room is awesome. I don't know what's going on, but like,
It's a
it's
mess.
actually really
It is
cool.
a
Oh, it's
mess.
cool.
Yeah. This is my home office. I'm always working on projects, and it's just a
Uh,
mess. Yeah. Only
do you make
imagine.
short films?
Yeah, yeah. I make films. I've been doing it just about like when you're the same age as you guys, even maybe even younger.
Oh
But I
wow.
started I started as like a little baby, not a baby, but like I want to say somewhere around like 7 years old. I
Yeah,
picked up
wow.
a VHS camera. That was like my dad's, and started experimenting with it. And then I didn't know I wanted to be a filmmaker. I was just playing with it, it was fun. And then as I grew, I got into more cameras and just started like experimenting. I had a friend, kind of like you guys. I had a really good friend in middle school and high school, and we would do these like skits. Some of it didn't make sense. It was nonsense, but we were laughing. It was just it wasn't for anyone but us, really. And uh, and then after that point, I was like, I think I really want to do this. Like, I think I really want
Yeah,
to
nice.
dive in, and like, I love stories. I read a lot, and then it just made sense. I've done acting as well, like theater, like all my life.
Oh,
And so it
nice.
just made sense to be like, okay, this makes sense. So I dove in,
Yeah.
um, and I made shorts after shorts. And, I feel like my generation, my young generation, didn't have necessarily the best equipment that was available.
Mhm.
But I try to make it work with what I had. And then about later, kind of like my mid 20s and like late 20s, there was more like I guess what they call prosumer equipment that was starting to come out. There was a magazine called Video Maker or Movie Maker, and I would read it and read about the latest equipment and things like that. And so I just kept going. My goal was always to make feature films. So I figured by
Mhm.
doing shorts, I'd get better. I even did documentaries. I did a feature documentary, which like really pushed me. And
Yeah.
eventually I started making narrative features, like really low budget. And then I would just make one after another and another and another. And eventually I went to college where I studied like more filmmaking, screenwriting, theater, even entrepreneurship. And then I did a lot more shorts during that period. I had more access to equipment going to the university and was able to do better things as shorts. And then I just kept going. I made another feature. My last feature film is a crime drama that I released like the beginning of the year in January, and it's
Good
like
on
my
you.
best work.
Great.
Um, but I'm still like it's such a complex thing, and I feel like I'm still learning, and and when I do the next project, I'm always like trying to push myself in different areas. But it's so tough. It really takes a lot out of you, especially when you make a feature. It takes so much energy out of you. But by the end of it, like by the end of the filming process, you're exhausted, but then you have to
Yeah.
edit it. And so
Hmm.
my last feature, because it was low budget, because I was pretty much doing it all, it actually took me 15 years to make, which is pretty crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Not a position you want to be in, but sometimes it just with life happening, because I was going to university at the same time and making shorts, and I had a job, and so it was really tough for me to put it all together. But part of it is like never losing faith and
Yeah,
never
honestly though,
losing, yeah, your vision, never
sorry,
losing that. But
yeah, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but I think that's really special if you have something, that close to you that's in that big of a part of your life. That's something really good to have, I would say.
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's not a position that like you don't want to be in. I think that's that's really good, honestly.
Well, I said because it was tough.
Yeah.
It definitely required and pulled out so much out of me
Yeah.
now looking back, I'm like, wow, I'm much stronger, much wiser, because I've been
Mm,
through that. But at the moment, I wasn't there. And so have going through that journey, it definitely made me like stronger in so many areas. And
it's great.
but yeah, it was it was quite the journey, man. It
Mm.
was. But
Well,
go
what was
ahead.
the worst part about it? Like, what took up the most amount of time?
The editing, because it was so
Mm.
massive, and because I didn't have like it was so massive that um it required a lot of computing processing. Like,
Yeah.
because once you start editing a lot of stuff, the computer starts slowing down and you have issues. And at the time, I didn't have this computer. I had to save up for it, and there's expenses for like external hard drives and things like that.
Hmm.
What I actually ended up doing, because at the moment I didn't have the proper computer, is I think it was like every Friday, I would go to the library where they had the computer, but it only allowed you to have 3 hours that you can be logged in and doing it. So every Friday for 3 hours, I would work on it. And I did that for
Wow.
years. Like it
Wow.
was insane. And of course it was difficult because I didn't have anyone that was willing
Mhm.
to collaborate or jump in. They thought it was too massive, it was too big, and they were just like, we can't do this. And so, but I had, before coming up and taking charge of this massive project, I already had experience in editing and like my other stuff, years and years. And so for me, it was just all I gotta do is keep showing up and keep doing it, and little by little, I'll get there. Um, but you just have to figure it out. You're a problem solver, and so
Right.
I just figured, well, I'll just stick to it. Um, and I ended up having like it took years to edit it, but then I would like screen it in front of people and get their
Mm.
reactions, and then from there I could be like, okay, I could cut this out. I could make this shorter because I could tell they were kind of getting a little tired of it and whatnot. But I
Right.
do have to say, I think our time might be running out. We have 40 minutes, so I think we might have
Okay.
10 more minutes. But Yeah, I got a little warning. But so in case it cuts out, because I'm not sure if it will now or in 10 minutes, I just want to say thank you for both of you for choosing Stay Gold, you know, and for showing your sharing your short film with us. Thank you
It's
for
a complete honor.
yeah, making time to do this because I saw the short and I was like, I gotta talk to these guys. I gotta
Yeah.
talk to these guys. I want to know more. So with having possibly 10 more minutes, is there anything you guys want to like talk about or just, you know, specifically and or just share with anybody who's watching this, anything at all?
Um, keep at it. If there is anyone watching this, just it's that's all it really is. If you don't start, nothing's ever gonna happen. If you at least
Right.
try,
Yeah.
you try and you're at least a winner in your book. So,
True.
regardless of what the outcome is, you might as well just, get started. Like, don't stop, because that's all me and Isaiah do. We just, it's always been and it always will be, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Makes
Like
us think.
literally, don't stop. You just
Right.
Yeah,
grab the camera, record.
Right.
That's
yeah,
how simple it is. Record anything. It be someone just like drinking a cup or anything.
Yeah.
Even that can be powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, and keep working on the concepts and scripts, you know. Take time to
hmm
brainstorm ideas that not that are just good, but really go, oh, let's do this. You know,
yeah,
like you got to have that enthusiasm. You have to have like a
absolutely.
spark in you that goes, we're going to put in a lot of work into this. So
Yeah,
is this something that I'm so excited about that it's going to get me through from the beginning to the finish line? Because
hmm
sometimes, you know, that's something I've noticed with filmmakers that don't make it is either their concept isn't strong enough to
hmm
excite them to get them to the finish line. You know, I've seen so many filmmakers they start and they don't finish, which is sad because you want them to.
yeah,
But it's all about, you know, the friendship, having fun, the excitement behind the concept, the people you collaborate with, and then the other end is what I call the exhibition, right? You got to get your work
mhm,
out there, and that itself is like a whole separate journey that you're putting your films out there, you're getting feedback, you're getting excitement, you know, and you keep doing that that rotation of brainstorming, producing, creating,
yeah,
finishing, putting it out there.
hmm
Tough journey, but you're
yeah,
building something. You're building a career,
yeah,
essentially.
absolutely. And it's almost like I think whenever it does, get hard or like it gets to those points where like, you'll might be questioning it, I guess. I think people that do, just give up on it, they don't ever win because it's kind of like, you'll be way closer than you realize. Like you'll be on the breaking point, and it'll get so hard that you just quit. So whenever it gets hard, you gotta like, that's when you're like closest, I think. That's when you're like
Yeah,
literally right there. So you gotta like
I
stay
agree.
on from that point on.
Yeah,
So
that's your breakthrough when it gets the hardest. Yeah.
mm,
You I think those moments is when you grow. When it gets
absolutely.
hard and you keep going, you grow, you know. Um whew. Is there any YouTube links you want to share, your channel or
Oh,
anything?
we could
Mhm. We have
yeah, as I
two
mentioned,
separate channels, but
Okay.
we can yeah. Um, Oscar.
on my channel, hang on, let me super quickly. Oh, mine is just if you go on YouTube, the tag is just Oscar Smith Films.
Okay.
Capital O, capital S, capital F, no spaces, just that.
Okay. Cool. And
Yeah.
there we can see like some more of your work, like even like I
Yeah.
guess earlier
Yeah,
works.
As I was looking up his we usually post like the same stuff on the same channel, but
Cool.
if we're just like making short films on our own and stuff, then we'll chuck them on our own individuals. But
Oh,
most of the time it's
oh,
both of us.
it's just my name. It's just at Isaiah Supadi, no spaces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, so for anyone watching, please check out their YouTube and check out their work.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I lost track.
That's
What
all
was I
good.
gonna say? We've talked about so much.
Yeah, that was great. That was honestly, thank you so much for doing this. And thank you so
Yeah,
much for accepting us
yeah,
into
it's
it.
my
Like it was,
pleasure to
yeah.
speak with you two and to share this. Oh, I know what I was gonna say because we have about 5 minutes. So, a lot of the work that we do as far as exhibiting and reaching people, sometimes it takes marketing, you know. And so YouTube, what I find interesting about YouTube and great about YouTube is it allows you to promote your work.
Yeah.
And so I said, if you've never tried it, I would suggest just looking at it, promote what you think would be like the best thing you have to put out there, and you can put
Hmm.
like $10. Well, I don't know
Yeah.
what's money like in Australia. What's the
Oh, I'm not too sure what the difference is.
Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, you put
Yeah.
in like $10, $20. You can select where you want, what region you want to promote it. And you can even select whether you want subscribers, like the focus is getting in subscribers, like people who resonate, or just viewers. And you can promote it anywhere in the world. Anywhere.
Yeah, I've done it before in the past. Like I
Oh,
can't
okay.
remember how long, but but yeah, it's 100%. I would go back and do it again because there's definitely going to be stuff that we make, I think, that we will want to get out there as much as possible.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
we'll definitely do it again.
and it's not different than, like, for example, if you got your works on like Tubi. I don't know, do you guys know
Mhm.
Tubi?
Yeah, I know what Tubi
Okay.
is.
So it's
Uh,
like the same thing, right? If you got your film on Tubi, it's actually the sure, it's on there, but it's your responsibility as a filmmaker to promote it. And so you would,
yeah.
you know, put money into to different ways of promoting it online or whatever and say, hey, here's this film, check it out. It's available on Tubi. So it's no different, really. And YouTube, from what I hear, is surpassing a lot of the streaming services. It's surpassing they call it the new television. It's surpassing cable. There's
Yeah.
so many people that aren't just creators, but they're just viewers. Like they just hop on
Mm.
and view, and it's like the new television for them. So as a
Yeah.
creator, I suggest keep going, keep building. And if you haven't noticed, there's been already YouTube creators who are now have directed movies
Oh yeah.
and are
Yeah.
getting deals, and it's all because what's important is creating a following. It's tough,
Mhm.
but if you build it, take the time to build that, people will take notice for sure and be like,
Yeah.
oh, if we get distribution on this project, we know that their followers are going to come watch, and so
Absolutely.
it's kind
Yeah.
of the new system that we live today. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents.
Awesome.
But
Thank you so much. Yeah.
yeah, guys, I think we are almost done. We have about 2 minutes. Again, just thank you.
Okay.
Good luck. Please
Thank you,
stay in
man.
touch over the
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
100%.
months.
We're
Yeah.
never cutting anything off ever.
And I guess just if you be so kind again to submit to Stay Gold again, maybe next year, we'll be
Absolutely.
happy to screen it and promote it and get it out there for our audience. And
Fantastic.
Yeah.
guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh no,
Pleasure from us.
pleasure.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. And I salute you both. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you later. See you later.
Yeah, good luck on your journeys. And I look forward to seeing more and speaking with you in the future. So good luck,
We'll see
guys.
you again soon, man.
Yeah.
All
See you
right,
later,
thank
bro.
you very much.